Okay guys, let's now integrate other features like liking someone's post, so then going to the comments and reporting if we don't like a post. Okay, we're going back to the Xcode. I'll select first the like button, then I'll call assistant editor because we're gonna make now an action connection. Okay, so it's loading for me. I click here that one. I'll go to automatic and do the feed vc.swift. I'll scroll down to the bottom where I have this like button clicked function. Here we go. So select this like button, then hold Ctrl Left mouse click drag to this action and release it, guys. Release it. So this is done. The same we are doing for the like button for the picture cell. So for both of these icons, we're doing the same. So action connection from the no picture cell and from the picture cell. Okay, that is cool. Now we'll make a segue connection from our comments button. So first, this is a feed view controller. I'll start from the no picture cell, select your comments button, hold Ctrl left mouse click drag from your comments button to that one and click show. Okay, very good. Then we need to do the same for the picture cell. Select your comments button, hold Ctrl left mouse click drag it to the comments view controller and release and click show. Okay, so as you see here, we have we're doing a segue from different controllers, and for all of them in the attributes inspector, when you select this the arrow of the segue, then go to the attributes inspector. Here is the identifier comments VC. So I'll declare the same ID for the segues which we have done just now. So that is the one. I select this arrow. That is the one. Go to attributes inspector, identifier comments VC, enter. And the same for the second one. I just inserted here. We need to do this because here, down here we have a statement in the feed VC. If segue identifier equals to comments view controller. Okay, okay, then after that we also need to declare the options button function. So this is what we'll do. So segue is, I believe it is done. We'll just make sure that it works fine. Okay, so I'll click comments and here we go. We are here and here is my comment. Okay, so this is how it works, guys. So we can go and we can write a comment for anybody, guys. Whoever you want, we can go and we can write a comment for him. Okay, so that is really cool, guys. So the segue now, it works. Now the next step will be to declare the options function. So select your options button in the feed view controller. So I'll start from the no picture cell because it's the first one. So I'll scroll down where I have options button clicked in our feed view controller. So I'm going to the feed view controller. That is the one. So select your option button, scroll to the bottom. I have it at the bottom. So hold Ctrl left mouse click, do the option button clicked. And the same we're doing for the picture cell. Find your option button, hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag it to the option button clicked. Okay, that is superb. Now what we will do is we need now to integrate the content of the option button, which we have already declared in the guest view controller. Okay, we're moving to the guest view controller and I'll scroll down in order to get the function for the options button clicked. So here we go. So that is the one, option button clicked. So I'll copy the content where we are getting the tag of the options button, then we're getting the post ID, then we're executing the function which will show report sheet. So copy this entire content from the guest view controller, scroll down and just simply paste it here. Then we're going to copy this function show report sheet. So it's an action sheet with the two actions which will be report and cancel. Okay, so right after option button click, we're coming out from this curly brackets, and we here we are inserting this function. Okay, very good. And the last thing what we need to make sure is that we are passing the tag for the option button. So what I will do, I'll write cell.options button.tag. Here we're passing the tag. Okay, I'll just now build and run. Then I'll go to Safari. I'll go to the reports to make sure that the reports are working fine here. So yeah, there is a one error which is let user ID. So that is the error which we can solve right away. Here, instead of writing, okay, so here user ID is the one that we are targeting. So this is, we need to get it from the posts here, from the posts. So here I'll write let user underscore ID equals to posts. Then in the square brackets we'll write index path row, exclamation mark, then square brackets, then quotation marks. We'll write here user ID as integer. Then what we will do here in the show report sheet, we'll put here comma, then we'll write user underscore ID of type integer. Okay. And here we'll have to redeclare it. We'll write show report sheet. So post ID is as post ID, then user ID is as user ID. Very good. So here instead of user ID, it will access the user ID of the parameter of this function. Okay, so we can now build and run. So this is a minor adjustment. We're adjusting our code to another view controller, which is not so difficult. And we are using a super advanced and very smart way of programming, guys. Okay, so there is one more thing we need to solve. So here, yeah, it is, I believe it's option button. So we'll write option button, not options actually. Because here we wrote option button, so it's fine. It doesn't make any difference if we put there S or we don't put it there. Okay, so here almost it is built. Here we go. So here are our posts which we are loading, guys. So that is awesome. Okay, let's say that post I want to report it. I'll click report and please explain the reason. Oops, report sent successfully. I clicked send it. Okay, I'll check now. Report. Here we go. So the user ID 3, which is a Daniel Craig, there was no reason, and reported by user, which is a 2. Okay, very good. Now, guys, everything works. Let's just check now. Like. I'll check it and I'll scroll down. Here we go. Our like is there. So the final one is we need to disable selection, not disable a selection. We need to make a selection color none. So we're going to main storyboard, and in the main storyboard we'll select our table view. Oh, sorry, not table view. We'll select the cell. We have a picture cell and no picture cell. I'll start from the no picture cell. Here, selection, make here none. So this is a color of selection. The same we're doing for the picture cell. Select your picture cell of the feed view controller. Selection here, select none. Okay, great. So I'm now coming back to the feed view controller, and the final moment is I'd like the feed view controller to be a quite dynamic. So quite dynamic means from the view did load. Here I will also add observer for the notification for upload pause. If the current user will upload pause, so then I won't in the feed even appear this pause. So I'll take this notification and I will insert it here. I'll just even copy the comment. Okay, then also I'll copy the function which called load new post. I'll just copy this and I will insert it. Let's do it after view will appear. Okay, very good. So also I'd like to check notifications for the friends view controller. Okay, here nothing is required, so then I'm going to check the notifications of the guests view controller. So all the notification we're keeping in our view did load. So here are no notifications as well. So guys, that is it. This is how we can load our entire feed. If we'll rebuild it, it won't select the cell. So that is very cool. So the result that we have achieved, it is amazing, guys. So this is really something unbelievable, guys. So well, that is very cool. Well done. Congratulations. A great job we've done. Great job. Great job.